Louise, thanks for joining us on Sky News this afternoon. How do you know if you've been mis-sold this stuff? Will someone contact you, or do you need to check yourself?
Yes, CPP will write to you in the near future, and then all the people that have been written to, that have been mis-sold these policies, then need to approve the scheme. Provided a majority do approve the scheme, then it's expected compensation will start to be paid spring, summer of next year.
Was it reasonably obvious when it was originally being mis-sold that it wasn't a great product for people, or were people pressured into it?
Well, I think that the devil, as is always, is in the detail, because I'm honestly amazed that so many people didn't know that once they had reported a card stolen or lost, then the losses are actually the bank's losses, not personal losses. So I think actually this whole story is a bit of a damning comment on the level of personal financial knowledge that the everyday consumer in this country has. But it all depends on that key sales call where, how much did they lie in order to sell the policies? I mean, that's the key thing. And this whole scheme suggested that there was an awful lot of lying or, not quite telling the truth or swerving around the facts in this. Otherwise, this whole compensation scheme wouldn't have been set up.
Economical with the actualité, as somebody once said, I believe.
Yes.
Are some banks more culpable than others?
Well, if you look at the list, we have the usual suspects. What a surprise. We have Barclays, we have HSBC, we have the Royal Bank of Scotland. But what's also interesting is we have banks that you wouldn't expect to be on that list. We have Tesco Personal Finance. That's not great for their reputation. We've got the Building Society Nationwide. What are they doing on the list? And we've also got a giant credit card company called Capital One as well, big American company. So it's not just the banks, there are others culpable too.
Are we reaching the end of bank mis-selling?
I do hope so. We've had payment protection insurance, 10 billion, I run through the number, 10 billion is already been paid out, another 5 to 6 billion expected on PPI. We've had mis-selling of interest rate swaps to companies, and now we've got this mis-selling credit card or card and identity fraud protection. The thing that amazes me about this story is quite how many people are affected. You're talking for this card and identity fraud protection, 23 million policies. There's only 63 million people in this country. There's only 26 million households, and yet 7 million customers signed up to this. We're talking about a third of UK households bought this product. So I think what has been astounding in this whole mis-selling crisis is quite how much rubbish was sold to extraordinarily large amounts of people. Let's hope that we are slowly coming to the end of banker greed.
Do you think that's because I don't know if you bought any of this stuff, but is it because we trusted our banks too much, and so what they told us we believed?
I think part of that is the finance industry deliberately makes things highly complicated, use lots of jargon words so that people don't really understand. I think the finance industry is guilty, is culpable of making it so complicated that ordinary people don't understand. And that puts us in a weak position, which, of course, the financial industry can then exploit. Yes, that does happen. But I also think, like I said before, it's pretty damning of the level of personal financial knowledge in this country. And I really think that there needs to be much more education in schools about basic financial products, basic financial advice. And I think that is what I would call for. And I think that this, yet again, another mis-selling scandal, really highlights the need for people to understand this industry at a very basic level much better.
OK, great to talk to you as always, Louise. Thank you.
Thank you.